All right. Good day, hello, and welcome back to Chuck Chase the Facts, where we do look at strange things on the internet and YouTube. Um, I've got, I've got this, I've got this really strange guy. Oh,
It's all right.
we're just changing seating arrangements.
That's better. I don't look like a dwarf.
You don't look like a dwarf.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm at your level, shall we say.
sure. There we go.
All right.
Well,
So what do you want to talk about, Chuck?
I'll pump myself up. Anyway, so what I was saying is I'm here with Mark. He's a great guy. We've had a brilliant conversation recently. was that a, did he just go? Pff? So Stu just went. Pff. We've had a really good conversation recently about the royal family.
Yeah, and you want me to try and replicate that conversation on your channel? Well, I'll try to.
It's. I don't want you to replicate it. I just want you to.
You want to hear my thoughts?
I want to try and debunk your thoughts.
Okay, all right.
So you said that Prince William was he was paid for, what was he paid for?
Well, the royal family get paid 150 to 200 million a year by the taxpayer. To
pounds or
pounds,
yeah.
Okay. So work that out. And I was, or most of the British public were under the illusion, or that meant that they didn't make any money off their land, and they own most of Lancashire, most of Cornwall, loads of London. They own the riverbed, the seabed. They own a lot, and it turns out they're actually making money off their land, and that's maybe okay, but some of the charities that the royals support have to pay them rent on property that they have to run their charities. So it's a bit of not a conflict of interest, but he's kind of making it on both ends, isn't he?
Well, okay, so and
the public didn't know that until recently. I'm not saying anything that hasn't been put out on TV on a reputable news channel, Channel 4, recently. So this isn't a new revelation to most people.
So I'm going to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Who owns land?
Well,
who owns Cornwall? Who owns Devon? Who owns Bristol? Who owns Hampshire?
Well, he owns the Duchy of Cornwall. It's in the name, Cornwall.
Well,
and I don't know if he owns all of Cornwall, but he owns large swathes of Cornwall. He owns Lancashire. He owns the seabeds and the rivers. For example, there's a public ferry terminal that operates on the River Mersey, and it transpires that ferry company that operates a service that you get people from one side of Liverpool to the other side of it's not Liverpool, but the other county.
Ferry across the Mersey.
Yeah, we all know the song. He charges them rent because that ferry terminal is fucking on his riverbed.
Who is he?
When I say he, I mean the royals. I'm talking. I shouldn't say he. I should say William and Prince Charles, because they're one and the same now.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're the major royals. They are the Duchy of Lancaster. They're a firm. They're not and the Queen used to call them the firm. It used to be the firm.
Oh.
So the argument is
Gotcha.
They're a business that doesn't pay tax, doesn't pay corporation tax, There's no inheritance. There's no inheritance tax. There's no corporation tax, and they're charging charities, public services, and the Channel 4 dispatches. They mention London Ambulance Service rent out some space in London to store their ambulances. They're charging the NHS, a government organisation, rent on that property, and it's not piecemeal rent; it's the going rate. Should they be?
Well, I mean,
should they? Because that's more taxpayer money that they're taking.
What is, in your opinion, what is the going rate?
Well, I don't know the going rate for a warehouse in London, but I imagine it's a lot of money. It's on the Channel 4 documentary.
You keep mentioning Channel 4.
Yeah.
Just and without reaching to your phone, because
yeah.
I know you're itching to.
Well, no, because I'm not going to sit here and watch the Channel 4 documentary because it's 45 minutes long. But I'm just picking out bits, and I haven't seen it for 4 months, but it incensed me so much that we got talking in the lounge about it, and I asked you your opinion on the Royals, and I told you mine, and you said, well, I kind of thought it would be kind of over when the Queen died, and I agree. And I'm not saying they should get rid of the Royals, keep the Royals, but run it like they do in the rest of Europe, because a lot of people don't know this, but there's royal families in Sweden, Norway, Spain is a royal family. Holland has a royal family. In fact, there's the Dutch royal family guy as a pilot. He's got a job. They got jobs. You know, we can have a head of state. We don't have to. I don't know what you think about swearing on your channel, but
no.
I almost did because I am angry. I know I'm a New Zealand citizen. Well, I'm a dual national. I'm a UK citizen and a British citizen and a New Zealand citizen. But it incenses me that my taxpayers' money is giving the richest men, king and prince in the world, who are reputedly own are worth 250 billion or something. $200 million a year, plus they make all their money on this land. It should be one or the other. I say, have the royal family. Let's stop giving them all this money every year.
Okay, so that's interesting. So 250 billion.
And I have to say, I think this is becoming a mainstream opinion in the UK. So, well, I'm not saying anything that's really controversial. If there was a referendum tomorrow on that would go through tomorrow.
Okay,
guaranteed.
So
the establishment, for reasons beyond me, prop them up. You know, do you know the reason why Prince Harry and Meghan were ostracized was because they thumbed their nose up at the system. At the company, the firm, it's a company, and they were undermining it. We can't have them undermining the gravy train, can we?
All right,
that they're on. Let me read you a poem, or not a poem, a thing, and it sums it up. It sums up the way Prince Harry and Meghan have been ostracized. They're sacrificial lambs.
Can I ask you one question just before you read that? And you're more than welcome. Are you a Trump supporter or a Kamala Harris supporter?
Yeah, very much a Kamala Harris supporter. Yeah.
Really?
Well,
fuck.
Well, if you can't have, it may not be. It's a two-party system, so
shit,
if you've got to, from my opinion, you do whatever you can to keep Trump out.
That actually took me by surprise, because I swore to goodness that you were a Trumpist.
No.
All right.
Far from it.
All right.
Far from it.
All right.
Right. Okay, I'll read you this, okay? And this sums up the establishment that props up the monarchy and society. Okay, right. Here we go. Oh, I've lost it.
Do you want some glasses?
Oh, yeah, I could do with some glasses. What are they?
125s.
Perfect. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Right. Okay. Imagine a society founded on a class structure with a white British royal family at the top, as determined by birth and by blood. A biracial woman enters the top of the pyramid by marriage, negating both the birth and blood requirements society had previously been told were prerequisites. Because she lacks those prerequisites, she's considered unworthy. Because she's proud of her own heritage and regards herself as equal to others at the top of the pyramid, she's considered ungrateful. The town criers, now the town criers in this situation are the establishment press, the right-wing press. The town criers...
Well, hang on a sec. Town criers, as you and I know.
The chattering classes, let me read on, and then we'll go into it. We'll go into it. The town criers called out from the lower tiers of the pyramid. I've never met her, but I look at her and I think I don't think I'd like you in real life, said one. We Brits prefer true royalty to fashion royalty, proclaimed another. Shouts of, she just doesn't speak our language, came whistling on the wind. But at the top of the pyramid, the cries were met with silence. The top of the pyramid is the royals.
Actually, pyramid is the...
Were they too far away to hear it? Were they too disconcerted to know what to reply? Or did they use the cacophony from below to muffle the echo of their own whispers as they murmured the same things? The loudest gossip monger was impossible to ignore, as he oafishly admonished her to go back to America. After years of being told that she was unworthy and ungrateful, the newlywed took the crier's advice and returned from whence she came, despite one tattler's audacious cautions not to force her husband to choose between you and us. He did, in fact, choose his wife, just as he did the day he married her, much to the chagrin. Ironically, though, society spurned her placement at the top of the pyramid. When she leaves with her husband, for some it calls into question whether the pyramid's peak is something to aspire to, whether those at the top are truly elite, whether blood and birth really are prerequisites. Their departure is considered a rejection of the pyramid as a construct, thus a rejection of the society itself. For others, it was a necessary repudiation and confirmed that just as they suspected, she was NOCD, not our class, dear.
Okay, so
there's a lot to unpack there.
It's massive. So where is that from?
I have no idea who wrote this.
Okay,
but I stumbled across this a couple of years ago.
Okay,
when this was all kicking off.
So. Okay, so it's not a Bible.
No, it's just someone's put this together.
Someone's
unknown author, but I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so
imagine a society founded on a class structure.
So it mentions pyramids as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
the royals at the top of that pyramid.
So.
Wow. What Meghan and Harry did is undermine the whole ideal of the pyramid. Everyone strives to be royal and at the top of that pyramid, and they thumb their nose at it. And for that, this will not do.
Okay.
And it also says that they were being undermined by the chattering classes. The
chattering, yeah.
Well, it doesn't say chattering. I've added that in, but
no. Well, I've heard about the chattering. It also links back to the
it's referring a lot there to the press and the royals, like Charles and William, they didn't turn around and try and defend her in any way whatsoever. They just turned a blind eye to it.
Chattering comes back.
For example, and this is again, it's not. I'm not saying anything new. There are prime examples where, with the British tabloids, which a lot of people around the world won't be aware of what goes on with the British tabloids. But for example, Meghan wore a flower for her wedding, and it was considered virtuous and saintly and an amazing flower. Meghan wore the same flower, and she was potentially poisoning. It was potentially a poisonous flower, and she could kill some of the minor royals with it.
Right.
Blatant, you know. What's the word I'm after? It was like, well, it's just blatant. And the other one was, and what was the other one? There was the flower. Oh yeah. There was another example where Kate had eaten avocado while she was pregnant, and that was great for baby, all the nutrition she needed. And then Meghan ate a avocado, and it came out of the press that Meghan liked avocados, and she was potentially destroying the rainforest by eating an avocado.
Well, how does that work?
Well, all I'm saying is there's a double standard there, isn't there? The press wanted to lift Kate and William up because they were the future monarchs,
and then bring
Meghan down.
Okay.
And it was almost sanctioned by the other royals because it's almost like I use the term out there, sacrificial anodes. Okay. All right, it's like they're the press and imagine the presses with the bullies at the school, and they were like, oh well, they're not bullying me, they're not bullying us, so that's all right.
So which royals, when you say eating the avocados, Kate up, Meghan down, which royals are you talking about? What?
Well, the ones in line for the throne, the future, the establishment ones, because Harry is, and we've seen it in the generations of the royals, whether it be Princess Margaret, Princess Anne, because they're not in line for the throne, they're allowed to be, to a certain extent, and it wasn't to the same degree as with Meghan, but they're allowed to be harassed by the press.
You do realise that Meghan is.
Don't get me wrong, Meghan didn't do herself any favors when she came out with those racist things. But the timeline is important. The timeline is important because that came after she left the country. So that was probably out of order. And I'm not saying that the royals questioning what colour the baby was going to be is a bad thing, because we probably all might do that. They might not have been doing it in a derogatory manner. They might have been thinking, God, I hope the baby hasn't got Harry's skin, because he's going to be a ginger and get and not they might be. They might be thinking, I hope he is a bit.
To be fair, to the future King of England or Queen of England, I hope you're not a ginger, because oh God, we as an Englishman, God, no. The last time that happened was Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth I, when she was ginger. Yes, but
well, there you go. Anyway, the whole gene pool needs shaking up. Anyway, it would have been a great thing. It's a shame that they weren't first in line for the throne,
right?
In my opinion.
So,
they were the best thing to happen to the monarchy, but and they got rid of them,
but
they chased them out of the country.
Back
whenever the whole thing with Meghan and Harry was.
Oh, are you still on about the Meghan thing?
Yeah.
I was talking about the Queen Elizabeth thing.
Right.
That was 16.
Oh, I don't know.
1641.
I'm not a royal historian, but well, there was another double standard. There were a few where they had the press articles and they lined them up. You know, Meghan did this, Kate did this, Meghan bad, Kate good.
Well,
Same things though, exact same things. Meghan bad, Kate good, exact same things. The avocados, the flour. There was a couple of others as well.
Well,
Let
let me ask you this question. Is it possible that this actually happened?
What?
That Kate good, Meghan bad, or Meghan good, Kate bad? Is it possible that could actually physically happen? That Kate actually did something really good, and then Meghan just
But they were. What I'm saying, they were identical things.
Or
they were the same flour. They were the same flour. It was the avocados. Well, Meghan, there's no disparity. There wasn't no difference. The only difference was Meghan wasn't in line to become queen, and Kate is. That was the difference. The establishment they were sacrificial.
Okay.
I'll reiterate, they didn't help themselves with the whole Oprah thing afterwards. But the timeline is very important. What came first?
Well, avocados is obviously very interesting.
What would it be under? Meghan and Kate. If I type in avocado, it'll probably come up.
Meghan Markle is just an actress. Yes. Well, she's just literally an actress. So what does
exactly? There you go. That person has fallen for the whole thing. She's just an actress. What are the royals? Just people without talent.
Well, they are
without talent. Meghan had talent at least.
That is
that guy, that person. Meghan is just an actress. Ooh, what are they? Lucky at birth. Parasites.
That's actually. But what you have to understand. What you have to understand.
Here we are.
Is that when a person is born into royalty, they have to undergo rigorous training. They have to understand how the press sees you. How you have to look into the camera like this. You have to look into the camera. You go, hello. And I'm doing a very poor Queen Elizabeth impersonation. Hello, my public. I love you and I adore you. And I am going to support you through World War II and the Vietnam War. And I'm so yes, she has to act.
And you say Meghan didn't act royal?
I'm not saying she didn't act royal. I'm just saying that Queen Elizabeth II. I'm an atheist, so I can't even.
Yeah, so am I.
I can't even. I just go like that. She's amazing.
Well, she was
amazing.
Bestowed on us by God. If you really fucking
you just said
no. That's what we're told. That's what royals throughout history have said. It's absolute bullshit, though, isn't it? We know that. It's an accident of birth. They just happened to be at the top of the pyramid because they had a decent army. They're just the ones that won.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Aren't they? They're just the ones that won.
This is so fucking good.
They were just,
So, oh, I've stolen his glasses. Fucking hell. Is he going to be pissed? But
They haven't got blue blood. They're not special in any way. They just we don't need to idolize them just because they're in the press every day. And they're in the press a lot over in New Zealand, I've noticed. And why? Why are we force fed this shit? Even fucking Kim Jong-un has a fucking break. I'm sure he doesn't. Well, I doubt it, but it's the same. It's like, force thrown down our fucking necks.
That's it. Oh, he probably does. Probably South Korea.
But
he like
it's the same.
He forces it straight
cult of
down
personality held up, bloody. It's bullshit.
He probably does.
And we have to give them. I'm not saying get rid of the royals, keep them, but let's just stop giving them all this money every year. They're the richest people in the world, and we give them all this money every year. We don't need to. They've got enough.
Well, good question. Where are they getting this money from?
The taxpayer every year.
So,
and all their businesses.
Yeah,
it's a company.
Yeah, but how?
It's a company that doesn't pay tax. It's a firm. The Queen called it a firm.
God.
It's a company that doesn't pay tax.
It's a company.
It is a company. Everyone knows it is.
The royal family.
Yes. It's a company. The Duchy of Lancaster, the Duchy of Cornwall. It's a company.
Okay. Well, Duchy doesn't mean company. It just means.
Well, it operates like a company. Everyone pays it rent. It's a company that doesn't, and they're a family that don't have to pay any inheritance tax. Everyone else pays inheritance tax in the UK, rightly or wrongly. I personally think wrongly, but we have to pay it. They don't have to.
I personally think
Charles has agreed to pay some tax recently, but William isn't.
Oh my God. Okay.
Trust me, their days are numbered. I live there, and I just think especially with social media now, I think the groundswell against them is building. I see it.
You think the royal family is
and its current guys. It'll live on, but we will stop. There'll be shake-ups. We'll stop. Everyone thought there was going to be when the Queen died. There hasn't been. Now we're like, hang on a minute. Queen's dead now. She was lovely. She was the beacon of hope through World War II and all that. But there's no. It was supposed to change. It hasn't changed.
I'm going to ask you.
We're supposed to modernise. There's pensioners in the UK now that aren't getting paid a fuel allowance.
Yeah.
The wealthier ones.
Yeah.
But arguably, I personally think it should be means tested. I personally think pensions should be higher. I think a lot of things should be better. But we're giving a lot of money to the royals. We shouldn't have to. I think we should. If you want me to really dig down it, I think we should. They shouldn't be making money off the seabed. They shouldn't be making money off the rivers.
Can I ask you one? Can I ask you this? I'm going to throw this crazy question out to you. If somebody has been away from the United Kingdom for 8 years or so, he comes back to the United Kingdom, but he has paid stamp.
All right, answer that question there first. How do we know that Meghan isn't acting like a royal? I'm not sure why that.
What was that? How do we know that Meghan isn't acting like a royal? I mean, that's a good question. How do we know Meghan didn't just marry into the royal family for the money? How do we know she actually married?
Well, she walked away from it for one.
Shit.
So
I think there's rumors that she
was a self-made woman and didn't really need the money. She walked away from a promising acting career.
Yeah,
she was doing pretty well in the royal family, but the press didn't like her because she wasn't like a lot of these people are alluding to it, she wasn't royal, which means they've fallen for the fucking bait, really. What makes her royal? An accident of birth. She had talent. She could act.
Well, an actual.
The other thing is she supported a charity in London that was really good, and the press said she was supporting terrorists.
Well, person, come back to accident of birth. So what you're trying to say is accident of birth. So what you're trying to say is that the William's children, whose names?
George. George is next in line.
George.
Who knows? There's two others, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Charlotte.
Two other parasites.
Charlotte. Parasites.
Well, they are.
Jesus. Oh my God! All right.
Well, they are while they're getting government money every year when they're the richest family in the world and charging government institutions like the NHS and public organisations and fire brigades and bloody ferries money. Charities that they support are paying ground rent on royal land. So the charity raises money for the charity, and some of that money is going to the royals.
Oh,
that's a fact.
No,
that's a fact.
Is it?
Yeah. Watch the channel 4. Type in if you.
Oh, you keep saying channel 4. You keep saying channel 4.
Well, I think it's a reputable news source.
Okay.
You can't have a look at it. Everyone watching, don't turn off. No. But in your own time, type in channel 4 royal, and it'll come up. It's a 45-minute documentary. It aired in the UK a few months ago, and it uncovered a lot of stuff that the British people didn't know.
Do this. Share screen. We can do entire screen. We can do that. We can do that. And we can do that. And we can do right. So this is the shit. Right. So what do you want? You want royal persons pensions. Accident of birth. That's what you want. You wanted accident of birth. Accident of birth. That's all I'm getting is albums and all sorts. Accident of birth, royal family. Princess Michael of Kent broke both wrists falling down the stairs. That's all again. Okay.
So what does it have to do with an avocado? Okay.
So
Princess, what's her name? Kate had an avocado when she was pregnant, and the press ran with the story. Kate's had an avocado. That's really good for baby. It's very nutritious, and it's fantastic that she's eating avocados. Meghan had an avocado when she was pregnant sometime after, and she was potentially destroying the rainforest. So they were treated in different ways by the press.
All right. Well,
and there's 3 or 4 other instances where this is the case.
Let's look at that.
Kate wore an orchid at her wedding,
Meghan,
and it was a beautiful symbol of birth and virginity. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but the fact that she wore this orchid was amazing. Meghan wore the orchid, or put the orchid on the bridesmaids, and she was potentially poisoning the minor royals. So it's just they were treated differently.
How Megan's favorite avocado snack, beloved of male, is fueling.
Oh, right, there we go.
Oh,
How Megan's favorite snack is fueling human rights abuses, drought, and murder.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. The Duchess of Success has been praised for making the feisty old royal family scout. Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the Daily Mail. I mean, but that said,
well, no. To be fair, this is the Daily Mail. It's the biggest selling newspaper in the UK.
Yeah, I know.
And it dictates. It's a newspaper, but it dictates the media agenda.
Okay.
And it's got a big readership. Pride
Place.
It's the most popular newspaper in the country.
Pride Place.
I think it's a hate-ridden, bile-fueled newspaper. Let's not forget this newspaper supported the Nazis back in World War II. Fact.
What, the Daily Mail?
Yep. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But in fact, let's discuss that. In fact,
I mean, you could get me off on one about the British press, the Express, the Daily Mail, the Sun. What are the British? The Sun, the Guardian. They're all owned by billionaires that don't even live in the UK. The Daily Mail doesn't pay tax in the UK. They're owned by billionaire non-doms. Non-doms means non-domicile to the UK. And they are influencing what happens in the UK. And in fact, they haven't got a stake in the UK. And they just sit there in their ivory towers, Rupert Murdoch's one. I was waiting for the push their distorted agenda on the UK. And they set the news agenda. They're a newspaper, but they set the news agenda in the UK. And they've bestowed Brexit upon us, which has ruined the country.
I have to say, I have no idea about Brexit because I was right here.
I'll tell you some facts. The gross domestic product is down 5% since Brexit. Okay. Anyone importing and exporting is down since Brexit. The only ones able to export now are the big companies that can afford to pay the red tape. You know, if you're importing millions of widgets, then the paperwork is easy. If you're importing one widget, the cost of that red tape and paperwork makes it unviable to import that widget. And the same with exports as well. So the small time exporters are gone. They're gone.
Okay, well, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sort of makes sense.
Because there's a lot of stuff that you have to have in place when you export into the European Union. A lot of stuff.
But isn't there a lot of free trade agreements that it's just free?
No, that's what we had. Yeah. We had the free trade. We didn't have to do the paperwork. Now we do because we're outside the common market. We're outside. The Brexit bashers, the ones that were fucking pushing Brexit, were saying, it's a bloody it's a protectionist racket. It's a protectionist racket. Yeah, it was a protectionist racket. It protected everyone within the European Union. We're not in the European Union now.
I can get that.
Yeah. It's had standards set. Everyone had to abide by those standards. We're out now. So
where's the standard?
Well, the argument was we can get rid of all the regulation, but that was code for we can lower the standards. That's what that was.
Sure,
that was code for we want to lower the standards. So what do? Oh, they sign a trade agreement with Australia, which means they can import steroid-infused beef that the Australians eat, which arguably might be all right, but the Europeans said, no, we're not going to have any beef with steroids in it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So now,
whoa. Pull the reins back on that one. I lived in Australia for 10 years.
yeah,
That never happened.
they put steroids because they have to, because they haven't got the green pastures.
No, they don't. They
Google it. There's steroids in Australian beef. It's not a conspiracy.
Heavens,
They don't hide it.
heavens for Betsy. I lived in Australia for 10 years.
Well, they don't hide it. It's not a hidden thing. They admit to it.
That genuinely doesn't happen.
But I'm sorry to break it to you.
I've got to put that because
Because
that dries up.
they were told
No,
they signed a deal with.
I'm not even going to Google.
Basically, they've
I'm not even going to.
they've sold the British farmers out because they can't compete with Australia. They can't compete with big farms because outside the European Union, because they don't have the European standards, which are the benchmark. They're the benchmark of the standards,
But you just said about Australian standards.
yeah, they're not as high as European ones.
So which standards are we talking about?
Well, if you want to import into the European Union, you're not allowed to have steroid infused beef.
And I'm getting confused. Which standards are we? Sorry, where are we exporting to? So, I'm Australia. Look at me, because I can do that very well. Look at me.
Yeah, he's pretty good with accents, this guy.
Look at me.
He's actually from Birmingham, but he sounds more Kiwi than me.
I'm from Birmingham, and I actually can't do a Kiwi accent to save my life.
Yeah, say 10. You said it before.
Oh, 10. Oh, you 10 and 10 on my dick.
No, they're doing it Australian now. You said it like in New Zealand.
Yeah. So look at me. So you're trying to tell me that exporters, beef and lamb exporters, they are battling against the regulations. Sorry, it's fucking.
No, I'm saying that the European standards on
that was it. The standards.
Yeah. Everyone within European plays on the same playing field. They have the same standards within the European Union. All right. If you want to import into the European Union, you have to follow European standards. Otherwise, you're undercutting the market, aren't you? You're undercutting the protectionist racket, if you want to call it that. I think that's a I think that's a pejorative term, and it should be. It's protecting the purchasers, really.
Undercutting the standards. That's
potentially, yeah. It's the same reason. It's the same reason that the like chicken in the European Union isn't allowed to be sprayed with chlorine to kill salmonella. It is in America. I don't know if it is in New Zealand. Why are cases of salmonella so high in America? Because they breed so many of these chickens in close quarters. European standards won't allow that. They have to be their welfare is more. They have to be further apart. They have more space. Therefore, they don't need to chlorinate them with bleach. The chickens.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm just pointing out a couple. There's European standards on everything from construction, plumbing, agriculture.
I'm gonna have to challenge you on
look up the Australian steroid beef.
I'm gonna have to challenge you on salmonella.
But now the UK's opened its market up to New Zealand lamb, Well, they already sold New Zealand lamb, but that's probably a bad example. But New Zealand lamb was already available on the British market. I think they're allowed to sell more in there now. But when you look at a UK farm, they're little tiny little farms, and the sheep are like, spread out on hills. That they it's all economy of scale. It's harder for them to produce cheap lamb in the UK than it is in New Zealand, for example, where the farms are a lot bigger.
True.
So
lamb is
lamb is. I can buy New Zealand lamb in the UK for cheaper than you guys pay.
That's
for the same lamb. I'm on WhatsApp groups with mates here, and I've taken pictures of leg of New Zealand lamb and go, how much is that here? The other reason is because in New Zealand you pay 10% GST on food. That's obscene. We're touching on a lot of things here now, but we don't pay VAT on food in UK unless it's a luxury food. And
well, I was going to say
VAT is the same as GST.
But it's just value added tax.
Yeah.
But
you have in New Zealand you have GST on food, and that's obscene.
I think it's changing slightly. Is
it?
That they are going to take away the GST on ladies' toiletries, things like that.
We don't have that either.
So it's going.
Oh wow!
It's going to get better.
We still pay GST 10% on food.
I don't.
Yeah, or whatever GST is. What percentage is GST now?
I think it's 12.5%.
Right. Well, VAT is 20. VAT is 20. So count yourself lucky. But we don't pay it on food, so count yourself unlucky.
VAT is 20% now.
Yeah.
God, when I left there, it was
15.
12.
Yeah, VAT is 20%.
When I left England, it was 12.5%. Shit.
Yeah.
And people say to me, "Oh, Manny, by the way, that's me."
Well, Cheeky Monkey 2, I haven't bought. Cheeky Monkey 2 says, I bought foreign lamb. I haven't bought foreign lamb in years. It's cheaper to buy local. Where are you from, Cheeky Monkey?
He's a pom.
All right. It's cheaper to buy local. Okay, well, maybe so.
So
there you go. He must buy from a local farmers market or something. I think it's more expensive.
Oh, Nottinghamshire.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
Interesting. What was that?
Well, put it this way, Cheeky Monkey. It's we pay cheaper than they do here in New Zealand.
Way cheaper.
And it's the same lamb. And a lot of it's because of the GST. A lot of it's because whether it's lamb, milk, or cheese, New Zealand prices are set by an international price. So New Zealanders are getting ripped off.
That's also true.
What? Where the better football club plays like Chuck's team. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's your team?
The Birmingham City. I know.
I'm a rugby man. I couldn't get a rat's ass.
He doesn't give a rat's ass.
Why do they still play football? When are they going to go? Oh, you're the best team. Let's call it a day.
What? Oh, the whole
thing. Yeah. One year they should just go. Let's call it a day. It's getting boring now.
Yeah. 15.
You win.
Not 92 stadiums, 92 football teams. Let's go. Right.
You win.
Let's shake the dice.
Let's make the foot. Let's just have bands playing or something, or I don't know. What's a better sport, in my opinion?
Oh, what is AFL, mate? Oh,
I quite like a lot of the stuff that
shit.
That's some of the random stuff that you see at the Olympics every 4 years is better.
Shit. This is not fair. I'm supposed to be watching my I'm supposed to watch my beloved.
Have you gone off?
Oh no, we're still alive.
Okay. Oh, come on, don't. What are you going to watch? Aussie Rules?
No.
What? No. What did you say it was?
Big Bash.
Oh, cricket.
Fucking
2020.
cricket.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's better than football.
Well, it is kind of better than football. I can't watch this. I can't show this live, but
What do your viewers think about you now going to watch 2020 cricket?
they will fucking love it.
Will they?
Oh, because they know that I love my.
Do they like watching paint dry?
Fuck! I love you, but I hate you.
You're watching someone now who's going to start watching cricket.
To the side.
To the side.
To the left, like Beyonce. To the left. It's not even. Come on. Fucking hell. Right. No, that's not working. Let's go with this one. Oh, fuck me. To the left.
Well, I got to go soon, Chuck. So, what time is it now? Jesus, 1:10. Past my bedtime.
You have a bedtime?
I do. Got a strict regime.
Right. There we go. Strict regime. This guy's got a strict regime. Apparently, regime or what's the word?
Regime. Yeah, a strict fucking. Well, I don't really, but yeah, I got a lot to do tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve.
Is it?
Yeah. Tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve now.
Holy moly! It is actually the 24th of December. Holy gamoly! It is. 24th.
What's that? Milk prices are stupid in the UK. I pay local prices 70p a litre. Yeah. How much is milk here?
I pay.
It's about $7, isn't it?
No, I pay.
Bottle?
I pay $4 for 2 liters.
All right. I thought it was dearer than that.
No, $4 for 2 liters. I'm not going to.
Well, there you go. It's cheaper in the UK.
Okay, I'm not going to work it out.
It's cheaper in the UK.
Chuck finds American baseball boring. Yes, I do find American baseball 100% boring. I almost died watching a baseball game because it was so boring. I literally.
You got someone in the USA watching you as well.
Well, Blue Steel. She's from California. Chicken Monkey, I think he's from England because he keeps using the P and the pound.
Yeah, he's from England. Nottingham.
He's a great subscriber.
Yeah,
but I have absolutely no idea where he's from. But I'm pretty confident. I won't say Nottingham, but I'm going to say thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on, Chuck. It's first time in front of the camera where I've been able to vent my spleen, my bugbears, and my thoughts. It's been a nice experience.
American football
It's quite addictive, actually.
American football is so much play with. True, because they have to wear the pads.
American football is the safer way to play rugby
because they have to wear the pads.
Oh yeah, but they're always stop. This bloody how much action do you get? How long do those games take anyway?
Oh,
they got two teams for fuck's sake, defense and attack.
Yeah, so
they wear helmets.
Come off, get on, and then if they want to kick the goal, it's like all of you get off here, and then we need to kick the goal and
pass forward. Dang it, you get about 2 minutes of fucking highlights in a 4-hour game. Oh god, I don't have a concentration span for that.
It is one of the it's one of the most
they have two teams. I mean, each team has two teams. Don't they? They have a defense team and an attack team, and they're padded up to the max. It's like, I don't know how physically fit, how much cardio fit you have to be.
Oh, I think they're fit.
But they have so much downtime. It's not like they're running their asses off for fucking.
That's
not running their asses off for 40 minutes, are they?
Well, you put them on the treadmills, don't you?
Yeah,
or you put them on the cycles, and you.
They have spurts where they run the length of the field, but that might happen twice in a game.
Oh shit!
No, I don't know. Cheers, Chuck. Nice to.
This was one of the best conversations I've ever had. Like, and I think it has gone on. It is. I can't stand the NFL. Well,
was that the Australian one? Is it?
No, the NFL.
Oh, that's the American one.
No, not your.
Not mine.
That's the American one. AFL. Oh God.
Rugby league.
That's not. No.
Yeah, isn't it?
Not the NRL. Dockers, mate. The AFL.
Australian Football League.
Australian Football League, mate.
Which is rugby league. No. Soccer.
No.
Rugby.
No.
Oh, not that fucking one where they run around with the vests, is it? do that with a ball. Yeah. And have 4 posts and they go there. They wear stubby shorts and yeah. Oh, Australian football. Right, I'm with you now. Oh, you watched that as well? Jesus Christ. No. Whatever. Is that big? It's not big in New Zealand, is it?
It's not big anywhere.
It's not big anywhere.
It's not big anywhere.
But it's big in isn't it the biggest sport in Australia? I've never watched a game. No, I've seen bits and pieces. It's funny story before I go.
Oh,
when I was traveling when I in my youth, I went to Thailand with 3 other Kiwi mates.
Long time ago, by the way.
Long time ago, and we were on the island of Koh Samui, and we got up and we thought we wanted to watch a rugby union game, the Crusaders versus someone, and it was a big game, and we thought, oh, we'll try and find somewhere in town in Koh Samui to fucking to watch it, and everyone said, oh, there's an Aussie guy, and he owns it was just a hutch, but it was like a bar. What do they call them? Like a go-go bar. He's got satellite dishes on his thatch fucking hutch, and he can get sport anywhere in the world. He'll put it on for you. So we rocked up there. It was quite early. We had no customers, just him in his hatch bar thing. And we said, yeah, we'd like to watch the rugby union in New Zealand. And he's like, oh, when's it on? I can get that. We said it's on in 10 minutes as it goes. And he says, bearing in mind we're 4 thirsty guys prepared to fucking sit there and drink and watch the rugby. He was like, oh, nah, Wollongong are playing Wollongong in a minute. And the fucking, and this. And I want to watch that. I've got a mate coming over. And we're like, oh, all right then. Well, so he turned down our custom to sit there for an hour and a half to watch the rugby union because he wanted to watch fucking Aussie rules with his mate. Yeah, so we fucking buggered off and didn't watch our rugby, but it just shows you the passion for
honestly.
That game, yeah.
That
And I'll leave you with that.
all right.
See ya.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And don't forget my glasses.
Yeah. No, I forgot. I forgot that.
I know they're perfect. They are really perfect.
1.25.
They are
No.
1.25. Thank you very much. Oh, that was.
It's more of a social thing, isn't it? Imagine if you had any structure. Well, it is a structure. It's not really. Oh, you know, it's just like, I'm going to lie. I'm doing yeah, I might watch it later.
That was unbelievable. That was absolutely unbelievable. Sorry, he's just leaving. He's just leaving. That was absolutely fucking amazing. That genuinely was absolutely amazing. And oh my God, that was absolutely fucking amazing. Oh my goodness. Great. That was so cool. That was one of the best interviews I've ever done in my entire life. Wow. 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 Oh, we had to move the camera around and do all sorts of shit. But that was amazing. I enjoyed that beyond reproach. That was absolutely fucking amazing. Thank you to everybody that contributed. Thank you to Michelle and Cheeky Monkey and Michelle and Nevaeh and Nevaeh. I didn't see that there. Happy holidays. Yeah. whatever. Don't do that. I don't do Christmas. So, but that was absolutely fucking amazing. Wow. I probably have to take that down. Well, not take it down. I might have to take it down, but I'll probably have to edit it a little bit. But that's amazing. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please support me, by the way. Please support me. PayPal and Patreon. What am I doing? No, don't support me. Just keep watching my live streams on my channels and shit.